What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So Sketch just got exposed for being an OnlyFans model, or was, or how do I even say this? Sketch just got exposed for being a previous old OnlyFans model, I guess you would say. And the type of content that he did on his OnlyFans was a bunch of just LGBTQ type stuff, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And so you guys kind of picture, what that means. There has been a lot of pictures, a lot of exposing stuff on YouTube, on Twitter. I'm telling you right now, you just look up Sketch on Twitter, just look up Sketch on YouTube, and you'll find a lot of different stuff. The guy that exposed him, his name was like Pocketbook and stuff like that. And supposedly from the videos I watched, he only exposed him because he wanted to be a journalist. That doesn't make any sense. And I have one question for Pocketbook, or the guy that exposed Sketch. What's the point of it? What do you gain from exposing Sketch like this? Like, what do you gain from it? Obviously this is something that Sketch did not want to get out there, but it's out there. You know what I'm saying? And so, I just don't see why Pocketbook did this, or that if that's his name. I'm just gonna say Pocketbook. I don't know if that's exactly what his name is, but it's like, why would you do this, man? Like, I really don't see the point of exposing somebody like this. But again, man, people have their own motives. People have their own reasoning. I gotta ask him himself why he did this, because I just don't really know. But anyways, man, since this has all came out, there has been people obviously defending Sketch and stuff like that, especially FaZe Banks, man. I want to give a shout out to FaZe Banks, because FaZe Banks actually told him to come back to the house. So there's this tweet by FaZe Banks, and he basically told Sketch, like, hey, come back to the house, you know what I mean? Because Sketch, after all this stuff started leaking and coming out a few days ago, he left the FaZe house. He was supposedly going to go to the airport, but FaZe Banks told him, hey, come back to the house, we could talk about it. And Sketch, in his stream coming back, confirming everything and stuff like that, we'll play a clip right now. He basically said that if it wasn't for Banks, his family and stuff like that, Sketch wouldn't be here right now. And you guys know what I mean by that. So shout out to FaZe Banks, man. Shout out to Sketch's family for helping him do this, because I know this is rough, man, but it's just like, it's crazy. So here is the clip of Sketch kind of confirming everything. He basically says that, yes, it was him. Yes, he had sexual relations with the guy that he did the OnlyFans with and stuff like that. And just here, I'm going to play the clip for you guys.
Look at this. Open and honest. That was me. That was me. It's okay, though. I will tell you what. Okay. 2 years ago, I did some stuff. I'm sorry if you've seen some of the stuff. You know, I'm a changed person. This is going worse than I thought it was. So 2 years ago, I did not have sexual relations with that man. I'm just kidding. I did. Possibly. Cat's out of the bag. It's okay. What else do I have to say? I don't know. Thank you to all my people that have been sticking up for me. I understand if you're bad. Shit hit the fan. I was dealing with some addiction problems. A couple of them.
Now, after the situation exploded, a lot of people were just behind Sketch, right? They're saying, oh, Sketch was like a nice dude, whatever, and it's his past. And I kind of agree with that for the most part. Like, it's his past. At the end of the day, like, who really cares of what Sketch done in his past? It happened 2 years ago. It's something that it is what it is. Obviously, he's going to be making fun of for the rest of his life and for the rest of his streaming career. Just like Sneako and being a cuck, right? Remember when Sneako came out and said that he watched his girlfriend get banged by another dude? It's like the same situation where people are going to go into Sketch's chat and say that same thing over and over again to give him some insults and stuff like that. So that's going to be in his reputation and in his legacy forever, which it is what it is, man. Like, you made that decision. You did that thing. You just got to live with it. And so I hope Sketch finds a way to live with it, because right now, obviously, it's really painfully hurting him, as you guys could see, man. Like, he's just walking around. He's very anxious, right? So I hope he learns to live with this. And I feel like as time goes on, he will learn to live with this. It's unfortunate that his big secret, whatever, didn't got exposed, even though he didn't want to. Like, it is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, for me personally, am I gonna look at Sketch different? I mean, it's hard not to, right? But not different in a bad way where I'm like, okay, Sketch, I'm never gonna watch him again. I never really watched Sketch to begin with, but I mean, if his content's there, if I see clips of him, like, it is what it is, man. You know, like, he's one of the, you got to respect him whether you like it or not. He's one of the biggest streamers, biggest YouTubers out there, or biggest content creators, I guess you would say. So as I said, the situation, I really don't see how it's as big of a deal as everyone's saying. Like, obviously, you know, it's crazy and just really shocking to see. Like, when I first saw this, I was very shocked, just like the rest of you watching this video. But I wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, just like blown away, you know? Like, I was just like shocked, like, oh crap, like Sketch really did this, you know? And then that was it for me, man. I was like, okay, you know, it is what it is. But obviously, you know, there's people on there like Bruce, Drop 'em Off, Sneako, that were kind of poking fun of him and stuff like that. And people were, and then like Sneako came out and said like a bunch of crazy stuff where he's like, oh, you know, well, when Sketch gets exposed like this, people are saying he's brave and stuff like that, defending him. But you know, when I said this and that, I get made fun of for the rest of my for the rest of my career. I still get called a cuck today or something along those lines. He didn't say exactly like that word for word, but he kind of had the idea of saying, okay, Sketch got exposed for this. Not like, where's the repercussions, right? I don't think Sneako understands that, bro. He's gonna face some crazy repercussions because of this, man. As I said, he's gonna have to learn to live with this for the rest of his streaming career. Quite literally, for the rest of his streaming career, for the rest of time, Sketch is gonna have to live with this. And if there's one lesson that you should learn from the Sketch situation, is that make sure whatever you post on the internet, make sure that you are aware of what you post, because it could come back to haunt you no matter how old it is. It could be 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. Whatever is on the internet stays on the internet. And also, I have another question as well. How did Pocketbook, the guy that exposed him, how did he even find this, right? How? Like, what was he doing? You know, that's kind of something I'm kind of curious about. Is like, what was he doing and how did he find this type of stuff, you know? Because it's pretty odd that out of nowhere, you know, he just comes out and says all this crazy stuff. It's pretty wild to see, man. Like, you know, what were you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what were you doing there? But at the end of the day, man, it is kind of something where, look at the situation. It is what it is, man. It's going to be with Sketch forever. And whether he likes it or not, he's going to have to learn to find a way to live with himself because of this, and find a way to kind of have this, you know, like it's out there. It's going to be here forever. And it's just, yeah, it is what it is, man. But shout out for real though to Banks and them for actually, you know, saving Sketch and stuff like that, because Sketch literally said, I'm not even joking, guys, like Sketch literally said he would not be here or something like that, or Sketch would not be here right now. He said that from himself if it wasn't for like Banks and stuff. So shout out to them at least for helping him out with this situation, because this is a pretty big and brutal situation. Like, imagine if you did something in your past that you kind of regret, or you kind of like didn't forget about, or you kind of want everyone to forget about, but then it goes out there again once you really make it to like the top, right, with all the sponsors and everything like that, and this happens and now you're kind of losing sponsors and people are gonna react to you differently. It sucks, you know, like it definitely sucks, and it's definitely something where it's just, you're gonna have to live with this. You're gonna have to find a way to live with it, man. And that's probably my number one thing for Sketch, man. It's just, you just gotta, my number one advice, I guess you would say, is you gotta find a way to live with it, man. Another interesting thing is that he said that he had an addiction to this, like an addiction. I don't know what he meant by an addiction, but I hope he found a way to cure that addiction. And it looks like he said, you know, he said, oh, I had an addiction, so he probably did get over it. But still, man, like, it's, you know, as I said 100 times in this video, it's going to be here forever, and you just got to learn to live with it. So yeah, that being said, guys, that's all I really have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, drop a like, subscribe for a brand new, follow my socials. Thank you guys all supporting everything like that. Let me know what you guys think about this Sketch situation down in the comments. I think it's pretty crazy to see, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just, it is what it is. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.